each other.
Kambosos, 3-belt champion versus Devin Haney, the WBC champion for the Undisputed Championship here. Stephen Fulton versus Danny Roman.
This shit's about to be a fucking straight up slobber knocker kick. But who y'all got?
Problem with being problematic. Get the light beam on me ready for electrostatic. Don't you step into this box if you're not batting. Then my gang got tools. You could call them boy crap, man. This gang got rules, man. You better watch your passes.
What's going on, guys? This is Totally Blitzed Fight Club. And before we get into the action, as always, please go down, like, and subscribe to the channel. Shit, if you can't watch us, go to Apple, Spotify, anywhere where you listen to podcasts, because we're there. And now let's hop into the action. We got these are your hosts for the episode today. I'm Paul. I'm picking Wyndham Concha. I poured up my shot of New Amsterdam already. Let me get my shot on.
Hey, you already know. It's that boy Kev. Water Boy Savoy, a.k.a. the Don P. Wire, a.k.a. the motherfucker on the screen right now. And I got my bomb rip ready to go. This shit is for.
What's good, y'all boys? It's Big PT. You already know, back at it with another boxing episode.
Yes, sir. We got actually a double header for y'all boys today. We got multiple belts on the line. All this talking, all the shit talking, all the beef, all the smoke. We're going to break it down for y'all and give y'all who we think's winning and why. First fight we're going to start with Stephen Fulton versus Danny Roman. I don't know if it's Roman or Roman. I keep saying Roman because I think that sounds better.
I think it is Roman, but sorry if it's not.
Yeah, sorry, Danny. But Stephen Fulton, bro, I'm going to give over 2021 started January 1st. Stephen Fulton, not a champion. Takes a 50-50 fight against unbeaten champ Angelo Leo. Beats him. Very close fight. Very good fight. Follows that up with a unification fight right afterwards against Brandon Figueroa. Beats him. Another close fight, but wins a split decision. Ends 2021 as a unified champion. I don't think anyone else had a better 2021 than Stephen Fulton did last year.
Facts. Definitely. I feel like he's right on that verge of top 10 because he's doing what he's doing in his division. He's collecting his belts, and now he's on to the next. So, like, I feel like he's real deal on that verge of cracking into the top 10. Some people already got him on their top 10.
And so this is actually funny because the other fight we're going to talk is the Kambosos Haney fight that's happening this weekend, as everyone knows, is also probably the bigger fight of the weekend, bigger draw, all that stuff. Stephen Fulton's last fight, his biggest fight where he unified the belts, was the same night when Kambosos beat Tilafimo. So, like, this will be the second time where, like, he fights on the same night. And, like, I mean, it was a great fight last time where he beat Figueroa, but it got overshadowed by the Teofimo upset. And it's not that I feel for the boy. Like, he just had, I don't know what's up with that, but this man just.
Yeah, I remember that shit. Now, I remember that night because I remember watching the Fulton fight, but everyone was overshadowing it with the Kambosos and Teofimo getting dropped in the first round and Kambosos coming out, and people just kind of slept on the win that Fulton pulled out. But, man, he's like that, bro. And he's probably, I would say he's the best in his division. And people are real slept on him because it is one of those lower weight classes. So it's like, I don't know.
One thing I like about Fulton was other than the 2021 that he had, bro, in his first, like, you know, in boxers, they do the come-up fights. Like, their first 10, 12 fights is usually against some, like, you know, some journeymen and stuff. He had a stretch of 5 fights where the 4 people he fought were unbeaten also. And I don't know if that's rare, but, like, I personally just took note that I was like, I don't know many boxers because, like, 2 of them actually are decent pros. Like, one signed to Top Rank, one signed to Showtime, and they have fights themselves. And for like, is that common, Marcus, for someone to be taking like other undefeated fighters while coming on his own come up journey?
I wouldn't say it's common, no, but that it might be a more common thing with Al Heyman. I if you notice, like on Showtime cards and just Al Heyman cards in general, they're usually you'll see those prospect fights, good matches. Like you'll see an undefeated prospect versus an undefeated prospect, or two young prospects. And usually you don't even see that. Usually it's like an older guy versus a prospect. Usually like a
That's what I'm
tribal,
used to.
Yeah, exactly. That's usually how it goes. But Showtime and Al Heyman cards, I noticed like you'll get those undefeated prospects going at it. So Fulton might just be one of those guys, and that's why he's showing what he's showing right now, man. I feel like that's always a better way.
Well, for the people who don't know
things.
Marcus, for the people who don't be watching boxing and stuff, who is Stephen Fulton?
I was about to say, let me know. Is he like that for real, or is he like that right now?
He's out
Man,
of Philly.
he's like that, man. He's a Philly fighter. He's a smooth fighter. If you go watch his film, bro. He is so smooth and efficient. Like he's just beautiful to watch. Like his boxing skills is beautiful to watch, for real. I love watching his training. I love watching everything about him. Like I feel like he's in that conversation top 10, especially if he can pull out a win this weekend. I feel like he's on that top 10. And that's a real deserving top 10 spot, not over hype, over pay-per-view buys. Like, no, this is a real, he built himself, like, he's carving his way to his top 10. And I feel like he's really dealing the truth. I think he's the best in his weight right now.
That's a bold claim, because I will say MJ Akhmadov, the other Unified Champ on the other side, that boy ain't no joke either. But that's the fight to make. If he wins here, that's the fight Fulton should have right after unification fight right there, Bam and Bear. That boy's the truth also. And one thing about Fulton that I kind of liked was you hit on it, like that boy don't have any flaws. I mean, his only flaw might be he's not a hard puncher, but that's it. And okay, like Floyd wasn't the hardest puncher. You saw how well he did. Like
they're also little guys too. Those are more the throw 1,000
still,
punches
though,
in
his
the fight.
Footwork, his outside, he's long. He has a little bit of range to him, and he has that. You kind of look at him like a Josh Taylor, where it looks like his outside game would be a lot better because he's longer. But then he takes that step on the inside, and his inside game is so so crazy.
He's just so fluid with it. Like it looks like he's just so naturally. I don't know. It just comes out. I don't know.
Former champions that go to Philly and like do all this, the former champions that be in his gym and shit, they talk about his work engine. Like he outruns his partners, his sparring. Like when they go on those Philly runs on those hills, he makes them look like nothing. He completely kills everybody's time. He does like double laps them. Like does like in crazy. He like in sparring that he doesn't take a day off. Like these former champions we talk about, like. This kid really, like, just work ethic alone, outside of skill, like, he's going to be that guy. Like, he's just outworking everybody when he doesn't have to. And that says that's like, that's the mind you need to be, like, the top of your craft. And, I mean, outside of him not being the hardest puncher, I've literally, like, I have nothing else to say. Like, he this fight, I think Stephen Fulton's winning by decision. I think that's like, he's a big favorite. And on the other side, Danny Roman, he's no punk. Danny Roman has 3 losses on his record, but don't let it fool you. That's 2 of those losses came way early in his career. So he really, like, I don't know how you want to view it, but I don't review early losses when he became a champion as a big deal. So like he only has he was the unified champion before I named MJ Akhmadov, the other champion in the division. He beat Danny Roman to take the belts. So
that's a tough loss to have.
Yeah, and it was such a close fight. People thought it was gonna have a rematch afterwards, and didn't happen.
Yeah, that was a close one. I remember hearing about that one too.
So have no pause.
That's what's crazy. Like this guy that Fulton's fighting could have had a rematch to get his belts back, but now here they are fighting each other. So like, even though Fulton's a heavy favorite, like don't let the odds or anything or 3 losses fool you. Like Roman coming off of 2 wins. He wants his belt back. Like he lost both his belts. Now he has back-to-back wins. And if he fights, and as I'm saying, after this fight, whoever wins should fight MJ Akhmadov. Like,
got to.
They both have an
Undisputed.
argument to fight him after this.
Go get that Undisputed. I'm going with the same route, honestly. I'm going with Fulton in a decision. I do think it's going to be one of those fights, though, that you're going to see 1,000+ punches. I think they're going to go at it. I think they're going to put on a showcase. That's why I do like to watch these low weight classes. If you like to watch the
super bantams, right? Super bantamweight, I believe.
Yeah, I believe so. I get confused with the names sometimes. I'm more with the numbers.
122.
Yeah, I believe it's 122. Yeah, hell yeah. So when you get down to these 122, 118 guys, you're gonna see combinations after combinations after combinations. It is so fun to watch, bro. I'm telling you, like it's just. I'm gonna show you guys in the group chat another one to go watch. These little guys, cause they sometimes turn into wars, bro. Cause like they can throw so many punches and they're just standing there, they're moving. It's just beautiful boxing, but I think Fulton's gonna get him decision, and I think this is gonna solidify him in that top 10. That's what I'm going for.
So I love this shit. I'm lit for this shit now. Y'all boys got me.
It's funny that Marcus says the certain word war, because I have it fully caps on my notes right here for Danny Roman, because he reminded me of Brian Castellano. Remember how Castellano was this little guy who would just throw a lot of flows real quick, and every fight turns into a brawl with Castellano. And that was his knock. But he's not very technical. That's Danny Roman. People knock him, but he's not technical. He just throws a lot, and every fight's a war. Every fight's a brawl. Nah, but he's he wouldn't be a unified champion if he was just fucking throwing his haymaker. No, he was a very technical fighter.
He's gonna force Fulton to get out of
that comfort zone.
Yeah.
Neither are hard punchers. That's the main reason. Even if you think Roman's winning, the safest bet is this fight going to distance. Neither one of them's got a hard punch. Neither one of them got weak chins. It should just be two exciting firecrackers going at it. And
that's a good side of boxing.
Yeah. Kev, after hearing everything, after hearing the breakdown of both fighters, you rocking with us? You going with the dog? He's a big dog.
Not a big dog though.
No. I mean, on the odds wise, he's like plus 500. It's a big dog. That's how much Fulton. I don't know how these odds are made because Danny Roman's a former double champ, came off to I don't know, but Fulton is that guy also.
Hey, I really would have tried to got my butt for my dog, Roman. Just like be like my dog, Roman. Got the dub, you feel me? But y'all sent me the man. Y'all should brought up his work ethic, and everybody knows hard work beats talent.
You're a Philly boy too.
All right, so I gotta go with dog, especially after seeing that clip of him working out in his training room. He said he finna catch it. On his boot shit, he's trying to catch a body, kid. He's not going in that door. He's not going
another Philly boy.
Hard as fuck. His videos be hard as fuck on Twitter.
All the great talents from Philly and these former champs are saying this kid right here is outrunning everybody's times on those Philly hills.
I respect it, man. I want to see this boy. I want to see this boy shine. It's gonna be a mean ass fade, and I'm this bitch like Fulton. Remember that name.
Don't miss it. Showtime. I'm not sure on the ring walks. You have to find out on yourself. We have another fight. It's funny because these two, Fulton fights with Kambosos same time every year apparently. We have Kambosos, 3-belt champion versus Devin Haney, the WBC champion for the Undisputed Championship here. It's in Australia. Kambosos' backyard. Haney's dad couldn't come, who's also his head trainer. His assistant trainer, Ben something, I can't remember.
I think it's Davidson.
He couldn't come either.
Or Ben Davis, some shit like that. Ben D.
I'm gonna let y'all. Whoever wants to take the floor first on this fight, this mega fight, all belts on the line.
All right, so I'm a big Devin Haney fan. I've been watching bro for a minute. I like his Instagram videos. That boy be beating up his sparring partners. I love it. But I fuck with Kambosos. I feel like he's a dog. He feel like he's a real tough fighter. And I really want to see bro hold on to them belts real quick. So I'm a little torn, man. I think I need y'all boys to help me decide.
Marcus, I feel like you can go first, big dog.
All right.
Had to change my outfit real quick.
Switch it up.
Had to switch it up. You know, Australia versus America. You know, I can't give away my pick.
Okay. But all right, so no. Devin Haney, man, this has been a long time coming for Devin Haney. It kind of sucks that his dad's not going to be there because his dad's been grooming his son for this moment. It's literally his whole life. They've been side by side. They started their boxing career, I think, down in Mexico when Devin Haney turned 16. So they left so he could turn pro early. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure though that's how it went. They went down to Mexico. He started fighting pro before 18, came back to America, and he's just been having a big name. He's been having the hype around him. He's just one of those technicians that knows how to hit and not get hit. He's just one of those guys that, like the Floyd, Floyd's like his idol and shit, but he just knows how to hit and not get hit. And he's one of the best. And honestly, he might be one of the best in the game at it right now. He still gets clipped though, but he just has that natural IQ though. He has a really high boxing IQ, and I think I feel like him taking this fight is huge, bro. You got to give him props for him to travel to Australia without his dad, without his coach, going down there. I wouldn't say dolo because he still has a whole team with him, but he's going to feel dolo once that fight's coming. He hasn't had it. His dad's probably been at every single fight his whole life, probably, I would assume. So you just got to give him props to even be doing that. But Kambosos, man, I don't know, man. It's going to be a good one just because Kambosos is coming off a big win. I'm not fully sold on Kambosos. I won't lie. I'm not fully sold on him. I still think he had a great performance against Teofimo. I think Teofimo had an off night. I think predictions yet, or you want to talk first?
No picks yet. We say that for the end.
All right.
I got a little trigger happy last one.
Yeah, right.
But don't mind me. I'm about to travel to Australia. He needs a corner, man. I'm there for you, my dog. I'm there for you, Haney. But
get his ass.
Kambosos, like you said, biggest win of his career by far. One of the biggest upsets last year. One of the best fights last year. Kambosos beating Teofimo, and Teofimo just dismantled Lomachenko, and no one could ever dismantle Lomachenko. It was kind of like Lomachenko, but with a rocket on his for a fucking right hand. So it was so no one wanted to beat him. No one thought he could be beat. I mean, no one wanted to fight him, and no one thought he could be beat. Kambosos proved that to be not true. He knocked him down. Me personally, I'm kind of in the same boat with you though. I told Kev earlier, I was like, I kind of think Kambosos some people, that was their best day. They can't, nothing in the world was going to be. Mike Tyson could have been across from Kambosos that night, and he had a game plan, or he would have found, because he's also he just mid fights. He's very, he doesn't fight everybody the same. So his IQ is very high. So he would have been able to find a way to beat whoever was across from him that night, no matter how good you were. And he just leveled up that night. And maybe he levels up again because he did look good in his previous two fights against, because he went to Lee Shelby's backyard, beat him. He went to he goes to everyone's backyards and beats them. He beat Lopez in his backyard. Now he finally has the judges on his side, but I wasn't sold on his knockout power because that knockout was nice. That right hand to drop Fimo in the first round, but did y'all Fimo was laughing while he was on the floor? He got up still laughing. And to me, it was more of he knew he lost the scorecard in that round. That did not help him, but it didn't really hurt him. He was just damn, I fucked up. I can't.
I would say that round, I feel like Teofimo was trying to live up to his press conference and be how he was gonna knock him out in the first round. He's a bum.
Set all the expectations.
All that. And Teofimo just came out there hands down, swinging haymakers, and Kambosos stayed calm, he stayed collective, and he picked his shot perfect. And I think it just landed, and I think it just threw off Teofimo. It might have not been the power that rocked Teofimo. It was more oh shit, my hands are down, and I just got hit square. So,
but Now, when I'm getting technical with it, if we're talking like hand speed, Haney has the faster one hand. That straight, stiff jab that he throws is fat. But Kambosos, that 5-punch flurry that he throws is faster than I think anybody else in the division. Like his counter punching, he can throw a one-hand left hook counter, or he can throw you a 2 to 5 counter. And like those combos are coming out just like Haney has the faster one hit, get it back to me. Kambosos, if he's like when he throws in flurries, nothing's faster than him. That's what that was the difference between him versus Lopez was also I think he was able to land, whereas Lopez could land 2 shots, he's landing 3 or 4 and shit like that. But one thing I kept seeing a lot of people, because I'm not the best boxer, I found a lot of people were saying that Kambosos, his defense is not that, and I saw it in the Lopez fight because they're just throwing haymakers. They really were just, especially in that first round, it was just like, let the bigger man win right here. And he doesn't, like, his chin is usually out. He usually sometimes it's past his front leg. And with Haney's, that's my big, I think Haney's that stiff jab he has and that lead jab, no matter like whether he wants to probe with it, whether he's just throwing a stiff one and coming back with it, it's gonna land, especially with the way Kambosos likes to leave that chin out. Sometimes he likes to do a little pull trap with it, but his reflexes aren't as quick as Haney's to be able to do it. Like he doesn't have the fast reflexes. Like Haney's gonna tag him if he leaves it out like that. And Haney's, like you said, he's just a surgeon. That boy is just fucking. He's the most technical in the division. He'll hit you and not get hit, but if he does get hit, like Jorge Linares hit his ass. Gave it like you will. He does have a weaker chin. He hasn't proven it's not weak yet. I think like Jorge Linares, we were talking about before the podcast. He was old vet, former champion, didn't have much power left in him. Wobbled his ass before the round ended, and that boy Haney was doing the stanky leg back to the corner, and it hasn't been a good look since for Haney. That's been his biggest flaw. Kambosos, if you believe he has the knockout power, like some people believe after the knockout to Teofimo, yeah, this might be a problem for Haney. If you don't think Kambosos has that knockout power and you think that knockdown was just Teofimo kind of overextending, getting trigger happy and not being technical sound like he usually is, this might be a different fight. So that's how every time I had to call Kev on this fight, I was just like, this shit is so even, bro. This is crazy. Like I see both scenarios playing out just as even.
Yeah, honestly, Kambosos he might have a big right hand that could hurt Haney if he can land it. We might actually see Haney's chin actually be tested, and not just at the end of a round. They actually have to survive the fight and get out of the round. So that'll be interesting if that happens.
And Kambosos, though, he got chin.
Yeah.
This is about to be a fucking straight up slobber knocker kid. But who y'all got?
Personally, I think Haney wins by decision. I was on Kambosos' side for a little while, but the more I felt I got to a point where I felt like I was convincing myself Kambosos is gonna win.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be on that side of that. I just was like, no, all my gut, everything's telling me. Like I keep seeing this problem with his chin being out and Haney being able, his lead hand is his best weapon. So he's gonna be technical. He's gonna tag up Kambosos. Kambosos also gets hit with overhands quite commonly. Kambosos had close fights with Lee Shelby or the split decision. He had a close fight with Mickey Bay, another split decision, and then he beats Teofimo, and it was a great win. He just leveled up. In my opinion, I think he just leveled up and fought his best fight ever in that fight. Whereas Haney is gonna if he leveled up, why can't Haney? He's in this might be Haney's time to level up. Like Haney, I think is just a better boxer from everything I've seen and heard. Was just I don't think Haney's gonna be over aggressive like Teofimo. So Kambosos can't fight off the back foot. I don't believe Kambosos can be the over aggressor like he was against Lee Shelby and Mickey Bay. Haney's just gonna stand from the outside pocket, tag him with that lead jab, hit him with an overhand right every now and then, and he loves to hit the body, and like that little lead jab to the body is going to keep resetting Kambosos on the outside. And I just see this going 12 rounds, and Haney Haney wins pretty decisively unless Australian judges have their way in this shit.
Well, one thing I read, I don't think there's gonna be actually Australian judges. I think there's gonna be no judges from Australia and no judges from America. So hopefully that helps. But one thing gonna be in Australia, so the crowd's gonna react to any little hit that even if it doesn't land. So that also is gonna play in factor. But I'm going with Haney by decision. But I do think his chin will be tested. Well, maybe not like no knockdown. Maybe not like a knockdown. But I think you might see like a clean shot and maybe see it had to like Haney maybe had to try to survive a round or so. I don't know if I could say wobble. Cause I don't know if I could see him really going down or if Kambosos got that much power. But he does have a nice right hand, and who knows though. But it could be like. Or I think it could also be like a Shakur Stevenson, Oscar Valdez type of fight where Devin Haney goes in there and just kind of outclasses Kambosos and kind of just really just puts it on him. Nothing like too crazy, doesn't get a knockdown, but just really outclasses him and shows a different level. And so, I mean, I think those are my two scenarios. I don't see a knockout. I mean, some people could argue like Devin Haney could try to go for like a TKO, maybe the ref jump in and stop it. But people always want to say Devin Haney got pillow hands and shit.
He do.
But who knows? What if he was working on it this camp? So, you never know. I don't know. Teofimo got popped, though. I don't think he hits harder than Teofimo. Teofimo couldn't get Kambosos all the way down. He knocked him down, but he didn't get him all the way out of there. So
he got right back up.
Yeah, he got up and he ended up winning rounds after, I'm pretty sure. And so I'm going with Haney by decision, and I think this is actually going to be a good performance by him. And I think people are going to really respect Haney after this.
Kev, you riding with the Haney train, or are you going with Kambosos?
The Haney train. That does not sound like a fun ride. But I think I'm going to take Kambosos on. I'm actually a big Devin Haney fan. But I want to play devil's advocate on this one. I want to see what happens because I think Kambosos is a great fighter, and I want to see if he can really step up his game, come through, and bring another world class performance, or is Devin Haney's technician going to break him down? And I want to see this be a great fight. And really, I'm going in this bitch just to watch. But I'm just to watch because I'm so split. I'm gonna take the ladder to see if something happens.
No, I don't disrespect it, especially when I went to go place my bets. I wouldn't have guessed this, but Haney is the favorite. Kambosos is the underdog at home with the home crowd, with all the belts, I was shocked. I was like, I'm gonna go play some bet on this. Haney's the underdog, and then I was lo and behold,
not in the boxing world,
but very even odds. It was like minus 110 Haney, plus 110 for Kambosos, like something that could be shifted very easily with some big bets. Hey, but with this fight though, I mean, so no matter who wins, someone's walking out the Unified. I know there's a rematch clause. I know
undisputed.
Undisputed. Yes, my bad. Apologies. Whoever wins, do y'all think they get like? Let's like if Haney wins, does he get the rematch to Kambosos? If Kambosos wins, does he go fight? Does he wait for Lomachenko? Does Shakur come up to 135? Because Teofimo left the weight class. I'm not sure if he's really coming back or not. He went to 140. Does someone move up? Does Haney win the belt, then move up to go fight Teofimo? Like that's kind of been waiting in the shadows. Some people have been talking about.
One thing I would say, Devin Haney, man, I don't know if he moves up the weight, but I'm pretty sure if Devin Haney loses, I'm pretty sure there could still be a rematch clause. I think there is still a rematch. Belt. Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, I think automatically it's gonna be a rematch. Unfortunately, because that means they're both tied down for the next couple fights. But that's still, I guess, interesting. But I'm pretty sure. So I'm sure they'll have their rematch, because I doubt one of them's gonna want to. Even Kambosos, even if Kambosos lose, I'm sure he's gonna want to try to get his revenge. But I would like to see maybe Devin Haney. I know Lomachenko's gonna want his belts back, because those are, in his mind, those are still his belts.
He's just tied up in the moment. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, until Lomachenko's out of war, it's kind of like he can't do anything.
Boy, playing Rambo, so can't really do much right now.
That's crazy.
It's crazy.
Well, these boys is training. He's really like in combat and doing some crazy shit out there in the war.
Being a hero.
Rambo shit. But maybe Tank fights Devin Haney. Like, I would want to see Tank versus Devin Haney, and Tank actually go and put his name in this. In reality, I feel like this should be Devin Haney's the younger fighter, and he's over here fighting for all the belts, when I feel like that should have been Tank's spot. Or like Mayweather and Tank should have made this fight with Kambosos. They seen the opportunity. They know Kambosos isn't as talented as Devin Haney or Tank. So I don't know, man. Maybe they go and just say, fuck it, make the fight with Haney. I don't know. I feel like there's a bunch of options for Haney. I want to say he defends his belts if he wins. He could move up, because he is going to be a natural 147, though. I think that's Devin Haney's like.
Yeah, no, he's definitely big for the weight.
Yeah, he's going to be a natural. I think his goal might be 147, and maybe even later in his like later career fight at 154. But I think he's like, his goal is to be the natural 147, because he's built like a natural 147, like 5'9". He just got that frame to him. Like, he's going to be a 147. So I just don't know if he moves up off rip, like how other guys are doing it. I like how Terrence Crawford did it when he won Undisputed. He went right up to 147, but
no problem.
Yeah, I think Josh Taylor hasn't moved up yet, but
there's
I don't
a lot
know.
of avenues to explore.
There's definitely a lot of avenues. They just got taken, but I do think there will be a rematch. So I think they'll both be tied down for those next two spots, hopefully. And then after that, it got to be Tank or it got to be Lomachenko. I feel like it's either those two. Ryan Garcia is not on that yet. I feel like he needs to do more. I feel like
They actually asked Ryan
up,
Garcia if he would be looking for this fight, or the winner of the fight at least. And he said that they have a rematch clause. That shit's gonna be tied up for a couple of years or something. Like you kind of tell he kind of avoided the question.
Ryan Garcia got the skills to be fighting on that level, but he just talks. Maybe it's just not him. It's his promotion. I don't know, man. He's not putting together these fights. He's not fighting consistently. You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta do a little bit more.
Kev, this is gonna be kind of like pro your side, I guess, because like I said, I saw this fight going both ways. I'm just gonna play out the scenario. I saw Kambosos win it, and like, does this not worry you, Mark? So Haney, he got a weak chin, he has pillow hands. Kambosos is ferocious. That's his nickname for a reason. Isn't there like because the way I saw it at first was Kambosos is going to be the aggressor. Haney doesn't have the power to keep Kambosos off him. And with the Australian crowd, like everything's on his side. Haney doesn't have his train. Like everything is shaken up for Haney's thing. But with the boxing, at least, if Haney doesn't have the power to keep Kambosos off him, what's like the jab is nice and everything, but if like the better inside fighter is definitely Kambosos here, in my opinion, because especially with that Philly roll, it's good for his counter punching when it comes to Haney, but he also gets caught the most because of the Philly roll. He tries to switch his he can't get his shoulder back quick enough. He gets caught with lead left hooks. Like his Philly defense ain't that well.
It's because he does the fucking Floyd shoulder.
Yeah, he tries to do the Floyd stuff, and his reflexes are it's elite reflexes, and it helps with his counter punching because he can hit you with a mean counter punch off the Philly shoulder roll. But that's also his biggest flaw. He gets caught when he's switching the guard, and depending on how fast the hands are coming in, he can't roll that shoulder quick enough, and he gets caught. And like I said with Kambosos, he has fast ass hands, some of the fastest hands, especially when he's throwing his flurries. And if Haney can't get that shoulder there quick enough, there are times where he gets caught, and his chin isn't the strongest. We saw Linares make him do the stinky leg. That was another thought I had for a little while before. I was just like, nah, I think Haney's winning this one. I don't think Kambosos gets in like that personally because of the stiff ass jab and Haney's footwork. But that shoulder.
I think one of the keys to him is definitely that jab. He has, like, I think I seen you even tweet about it. Or you picked Triple G and Shakur, I believe, two great options for the best jab in the game. I believe Devin Haney.
Power on the jab is so devastating.
Oh no, I don't know about 40-year-old Triple G, but Triple G, 35-year-old Triple G, 33-year-old Triple G.
That
jab,
down,
best jab. Yeah, man, he got one of the cleanest jabs I ever even seen. He used to knock people out with jabs.
Yeah. But then Shakur's right up there. Haney's right there.
Shakur has a dominant jab. I love Shakur's jab because, I didn't even think about Shakur when you said that, and so I started thinking about him, like, his jab is so dominant, and it's like a stick, and I see that in the same way as Devin Haney. I feel like Devin Haney has such a stick where it's like it measures it. He stabs you with it, and it's just right there in your face, and if he can consistently pump that out and kind of just stay on the outside and just kind of pick his shots and roll around and, like, I don't know. I feel like he just needs a box from the outside, pick his shots, which 100%. He's good at, and just kind of like let Kambosos be aggressive and get in those counter shots and then roll right out and get back on your jab and just, constantly keep that jab in his face. And I think, honestly, that's going to win him. Hella rounds by just keeping that. And then Devin Haney has one of the best IQs, so I just feel like he's gonna know what to do and how to move. And it's really, I feel like it really comes down to Haney's jab because he does have one of the cleanest jabs I've seen.
As long as Haney keeps it on the outside, I think he wins this shit effortlessly. If it comes if he lets Kambosos get on the inside, and especially, like you said, the crowd making noises on all the little shit.
And his dad not being there could be a big factor because what if in round 3 he gets clipped?
That's what Ben Davis is known. He's a tactical coach or something. Like he's a tactical decision maker or some shit. They kept calling him. Where like if the shit's not going right in the fight, he will change your tactics.
Guess who was that coach for the Wilder Fury fight? That was Tyson Fury's coach. That was the guy who got him out of 400 pounds.
Yeah, no, they kept respecting this assistant coach, and I see why. Like, if both of them aren't there, I know Sab Judah's there, and I know him from the UFC world, very respected.
Zab Judah, that's a goat, man.
I know Zab Judah's, and don't forget, I'm one call away, Haney.
Yes, sir. Paul Pick'em.
Shout out my dog Kambosos, man. Show me something that nobody's ever seen before, man.
Do it again. If you're listening, Kambosos, bro, they got you as the underdog in your hometown with all the belts.
So the question is, if Kambosos wins this, is he the best in 135?
No, but he has all the belts.
I will say
that's true.
This fight here will put to rest all. I think personally, this fight puts both critics to sleep that keep talking about Kambosos isn't really undisputed and Haney's just an email champ. Because if Haney goes out and beats him, I don't think you can continue to call him just email champ, especially at the way me and Marcus keep saying.
No. Honestly, you got to give him his flowers.
You got to give him his flowers, especially with no coaches in the enemy territory. Like, this is a fight a lot of people wouldn't take right now. Kambosos on the other side, if he wins, you can't just keep saying it was just a one-night wonder. Like
guys like Tank.
Yeah, so I do think it does put the rest, at least some of those people. I do think some like Tank fanboys will always call Haney email champ. And I think like there's those select factions that will always, the Lomachenko fans that will be like, well, no one's really champ until Lomachenko comes back. And it's like, well, what if 2 years ring rust doesn't help that man?
Yeah.
So it's just like right now, I think whoever wins this, in my eyes, is the undisputed champion.
Facts. Well, they will definitely be crowned the undisputed. I don't give a fuck what whatever belt Gervonta Davis is holding,
or Stephen Nace top 5 pound for pound is.
Yeah, so I think a win. If Devin Haney wins this, honestly, I think you put him at number one.
He's 23, right? He's 23. Like if you he would
23
in the 4-belt era. Who's younger than him being undisputed?
I think he's going to be the youngest undisputed ever.
In the 4-belt, because Tyson, but that was a 3-belt era. And that just says a lot about his skill set, because he came out at the same time with the Shakur Stevensons, and some people still have, like, I know Marcus probably does. He has Shakur Stevenson probably higher than Haney.
Oh,
yeah, but this is like that same time frame with them coming out. So it's like, if he does this, at least he has something on his resume where you like, look at me. Like, stop paying attention to the core and look at me.
Teofimo might have been the first one. Like, right, I think he was also young, because he's also like the same age as Devin Haney. He might be like a year older or whatever.
He is young. Yeah, I forgot.
But he wasn't. People wanted to say he wasn't the full undisputed because that WBC that was emailed to Devin Haney. So, like, you couldn't really call him the youngest undisputed champion.
Okay.
Because people still had questions that if he was. But this fight is really for all 4 belts. So, if Devin Haney wins this, he will actually be legit the youngest undisputed.
Yeah, no.
While Tank is 27.
Tell him.
Not fighting.
This should be Tank's fight.
That's what how I look. I feel like Teofimo holding the belts is a dangerous. Like, that, obviously Teofimo is the more dangerous fighter than Kambosos. So I mean, Tank, he's seen Kambosos with all 4 belts. I feel like he should have been running over there. You know what I mean? Just like everyone started calling out Kambosos the next day. I'm not even kidding you. Ryan Garcia, everyone started calling this man out. Devin Haney, everyone started calling out Kambosos because they know he's beatable. And Devin Haney took up the challenge, man.
I'm telling you, I think it's that lack of defensive responsibility. That boy just be leaving the chin out. One thing they said, Marcus, you're a boxer. They said within the first week they teach you to not cross your legs or whatever, cross your feet or something. Yeah. And they were showing clips of him still doing that in the Teofimo fight. And I was just like, oh shit, like this isn't good. Like if Haney does I think Haney will outbox him. But I think this fight picks, of course. We got Haney with me and Marcus, Kev rocking Kambosos, very even fight, all the marbles in Australia. Big lights. We'll see. Let's separate the men amongst the boys. Don't miss out this Saturday. Man. And don't forget Stephen Fulton versus Danny Roman.
Yes, sir.
Don't miss out. And as always, please go like and subscribe to the channel. And if you don't, well, this has been Totally Blitzed. And Kev, let him know.
Yeah, bitch.
Passing out the medicines. We've been on that rock star regimen, knowing that I'm heaven sent, higher than I ever been. I got a problem with